Germany's car industry is warning against what it calls a spiral of protectionism. This comes as German Economy Minister Robert Habeck wrapped up a 3-day trip to Washington, where he met with Secretary of State Antony Blinken and other U.S. officials to discuss concerns with the Inflation Reduction Act. The law provides $370 billion in green manufacturing incentives to companies located in the United States. Mr. Habeck gave few specifics as he spoke to journalists alongside his French counterpart Bruno Le Maire, but he said the Europeans and the US sides agreed on a number of fundamental issues.
And also the understanding is mutual that we need economic security, that we have to overcome the dependency on raw materials, critical minerals, and also some green products. And therefore, we have to create our own industrial standards and sovereignty. So this is a mutual interest of Europe and the US. And to make this mutual interest becoming a strong partnership, we need to solve some problems. Bruno Le Maire has mentioned some concrete items. The idea behind it is that a strong green industrial market in the US and a strong green industrial market in Europe will help each other. That we build a green bridge over the Atlantic and help each other, because the goal is the same: fighting global warming and creating a new industrial resilience and industrial independence in a way.
The German Economy Minister Robert Habeck speaking there. For more on that visit to Washington, I'm now joined by Hubertus Barth, Managing Director of the German Economic Institute. Welcome to DW. So both sides agreed on full transparency about these U.S. subsidies. Is that the best deal that the two ministers from Europe were able to get?
I think it was not plausible and not possible to change the Inflation Reduction Act with that visit. It has been long debated in the US. It was a very, very painful process of finding that compromise. So it wasn't possible to open up that legislation again. But there was a lot to do on and many options on implementing the RRA that could help the Europeans to also see and have the US as a prominent market. So that should be more than transparency, but transparency, of course, that's a baseline for all kind of negotiations and trade.
Let's talk about it then. The EU leaders are quite concerned that this massive subsidies program, the Inflation Reduction Act, could cause green tech companies to relocate away from the European Union to the United States. What would be the problem if they did that and whatever they produce would be imported back to Europe?
Well, first of all, the subsidies in the US are paid for if things are bought in the US and produced in the US. So it's probably not for exporting to Europe, but of course it's a way to build up production potential in the US and which could be useful for the world markets. So why wouldn't it be a good idea to just import things subsidized in the US cheaper to Europe? Yes, of course, for some products, that would be a good way. But if we want to be part of the production line and if we want to be a region where these important future technologies are produced and market opportunities, jobs, and so on can be located, then it's important that we have the US as the biggest international free market open for our producers.
Now, in response to the IRA, the EU wants to streamline decision-making, relax state aid rules. Is that going to be enough?
Well, the Green Deal Industrial Plan, the answer of the European Commission, has a focus on skills, on subsidies as well. They're talking about European funds. It's not very precise yet what they really want. I think our big opportunities are if we are innovative enough, if we have the skilled personnel, and that's a big strong point of especially Germany in the past. If we can become quicker, and that's also part of, so the regulatory framework is also part of the European initiative, we must be have been a clear perspective for those industries. You must be quicker in infrastructure and planning and regulation and all that. And one of the problems we face right now, and they are maybe more important and more critical for European and especially Germany manufacturing, is than the RIA, that the high energy prices. And that's the main reason for relocation right now.
One brief answer, if you could. In the State of the Union address, the U.S. president doubled down on his plan of rebuilding the economy. He said, buy American. What will that mean for transatlantic trade?
Well, for us, it's good if there's a strong economy in the U.S., but his statement made clear that the protectionism, the U.S. protectionism, is still there, also with a democratic leader, and will probably be there for the next couple of years. And so negotiations on that, on making it less painful for us, is very important.
Robert Habeck, Managing Director of the German Economic Institute, thank you.
Thank you.